This is the teacher. It's an excellent workout that'll teach you all about your fitness, help you get hot and sweaty as the Van Halen song goes, getting hot for teacher. This is based on the work of McMaster researcher Dr. Marty Gibala. And it's all laid out Tabata style to help maximize your fitness. You're going to be doing 20 seconds of each exercise alternated with a 10-second break. And I advise you use an app on your phone to automate the timing. Boxing Timer Pro is currently my favorite, costs about $3.99. So we're going to go through the exercises one at a time, starting off with squat thrusters. Now, for the squat thruster, you're going to start in a hand plank position, just like this. On your hands and feet, body in a straight line. Step one, you're just going to hop your feet underneath you. Then you're just going to stand up, crouch back down, place your hands on the ground, and repeat. This is a squat thruster, and you might recognize it as a variation of the burpee. All right? Now, as a progression, you can do this. You can add a hop to the top. So you hop your feet behind you, then a hop. That would be a progression. Once again, then a hop. So that is exercise number 1. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 4-minute interval. Now we go on to number 2. Number 2 is the hand release knee push-up. For this one, you're going to be laying down completely flat. You're going to go all the way down, lift your hands off the ground, press them down into the floor, and repeat. So, you're going all the way down to flat, but you gently lift your hands off the floor at the bottom of each push-up. That's going to help standardize your depth. Now, I'm just going to give you a different look here so you can see from the front that I'm just lifting my hands off. If you're getting fatigued on that one, rest longer at the bottom. So, when you rest your chest down, just take an extra couple seconds before you press yourself all the way back up. Okay, exercise number 3, we're going to be going on to mountain climbers. Mountain climbers are traditionally an excellent exercise for lower body fitness, and it is going to get your heart rate pumping. Okay, so for this one here, you're going to have your hands on the ground, and you're just going to be hopping your feet, switching them mid-air at a quick pace, just like this. Okay? Now, sometimes that might be a little bit too much jarring for somebody's knees. So what we'll do is more like a hand plank marching. So if for any reason that exercise is just too difficult or too painful, then you do this variation instead because this is lower impact. So this way, you just kind of march one knee forward at a time, bringing the knee to the elbow, okay? So that would be your easier variation. Now, the next one we're going to be doing is twist grip, butt on wall, bent over rows. So this is the only exercise that really requires weights in the whole workout, okay? The rest of it's pretty much body weight, so it can be done anywhere. If you don't have weights, I recommend taking grocery bags and filling them with cans or books, so that this should be easier for you to accommodate if you don't have weights. It could be groceries. Ideally, you'd want about 20 pounds in each bag. But if you do have weights, then what you'll do is this. You'll have the back of your hips on a wall, dumbbells hanging straight down with your palms facing your knees, and you're going to pull the weights up and twist, lower them back down and repeat. Up and twist, lower back down and repeat. Pulling them all the way up beside the waist, just like that. So the idea with this one here is when you have your hips, the back of your hips on a wall, it makes it less work for your posture to maintain that position. But as a progression, you could do this freestanding if you don't have a wall. It is okay to do the exercise like that as well. That's just a little bit more demanding, and at this point you might be quite fatigued because of exercises like mountain climbers and squat thrusters, so it might be a little harder to keep your posture. All right? Now, the next one is palm press forward step lunges. So, for this one here, You can have your palms pressed together like this. That's going to help activate your core. You're going to take a really big, huge step forward, lunge back, big, huge step forward, lunge back. So you're bending the knees and lowering down, pressing all the way back up to start. Just like that. That is the palm press lunge. Now, as a progression, instead of having the palms pressed, you have your hands like this with your elbows pushing back the whole time. So you'd be doing this variation instead. A further variation that you can do that's going to make it more difficult is to have your arms up straight overhead like this. Having the arms up straight overhead is going to work some of your shoulder stabilizers. It's going to work the muscles that keep your upper back posture straight. Plus it works the heart more because it has to pump the blood upward against gravity into those arms. So you're going to be like, wow, that's so much harder. And those are some of the reasons why. Okay? Now the next one is narrow sit-down squats. So the key for this one is you want to have your feet together, side by side. Don't have them apart at all. So feet are going to be together side by side. Now for this one, you could just take any bench or chair. And here I'll just be using this exercise bench. You're going to have your palms pressed together. You're going to stand up and sit down repeatedly. Just like this. Okay? Now, as a progression, you can reach your arms up overhead with each squat. As a further progression, if you already have the weights, you can just hold the weights down by your side and sit up or sit down and stand up, and that'll make it a progression as well. Okay? So that is the narrow sit-down squats. The key with that one is narrow stance, feet together. It's just going to work your muscles differently to have that stance. Now the final exercise is jumping jacks. All right, so for this one here, you start off with your feet together. You're going to bring your arms out to the sides, hop your feet out to the sides. Another name for this is stride jumps. So you may have heard that term. Jumping jacks is based off of fitness legend Jack LaLanne, and he used to use this as a common warm-up. It's great for the shoulders, outer hips, cardio, calves, everything else. Now, if for some reason jumping jacks are just too much jarring for your body, you can do heel raises instead. So you can hold on to something and then just lift your heels all the way up and down to exercise your calves. That would be the alternative movement, all right? That there is the teacher. These are very advanced exercises. This style of exercise is commonly reserved for really elite and pro athletes. So if you're just doing this for general fitness at home, be patient and gentle with yourself if you find it challenging, because you are definitely doing an exceptional workout. So kudos to you. Other than that, I'm rooting for you in the game of life.